That's a good song.
From California.
Dun, dun, dun. You say they grew up rich kids, didn't they?
I don't know about rich kids, but their parents were in the music industry, producers or something.
Oh, I'm pretty sure they was well off.
They were doing all right.
He could have bet he had a couple $1,000 guitar as a teenager.
I bet he did. Oh yeah, I bet he did.
For
sure.
Then.
Back then,
couple thousand, a Les Paul, like a $2,000 Les Paul.
Les Paul. I don't know much about guitars.
The Les Paul.
I know a Les Paul. Yeah,
everybody know a Les Paul though.
Oh, for sure.
If you don't know what guitar,
but some of them are.
Les Paul
some of them are for real money, and some of them are, like a certain year or whatever. Who knows? I mean, $100,000 or whatever.
Yeah, but
that's better, Mr. Producer.
A Les Paul.
A little bit more, maybe just a tad. How's that sound?
Sound good. Yeah,
that sounds a little bit better.
Coming in.
Yeah.
Loud, clear, and
I don't have
crisp.
to eat the mic quite
That mic is very nice.
It is a good
sound
mic.
quality. To me, in my ears, it sounds pretty good.
Yeah, I like it.
Not to take no credit off our producer, man. I'm pretty sure he over there mixing and stretching and turning dials and shit. But
he knows what
it sounds good. He can make any mic sound good.
Riesling.
Or Riesling.
Riesling. How do you say it, Mr. Producer? Rinsling. I don't really drink white wine.
The R word.
It's pretty good though. Crisp.
The
light,
R word.
Fruity.
The hard R.
The hard R. Ooh, the hard R.
The hard R.
Can't use the hard R.
Can't use the hard R.
That's a bad one.
Hard R.
I'm going to stay away from it.
Man, I went to the mall today. This young lady, she's
Parkway
like,
Place?
Yeah. She's like, those some nice boots she got there. She said, what are those, Gators? I said, nah, they ain't quite Gators. Not yet. I say they like the cousins of Gators. And I was like, you know what? That's what I'm going to start calling them. I got these Gator cousins on.
Gator cousins?
Cayman.
Those are Cayman?
These Cayman.
Okay.
Gator cousins.
They are sharp.
Yeah.
They are sharp.
Yeah. I ain't got Gator money yet. I can just afford Cayman.
So Caymans are less expensive than Gator?
Correct.
I did not know.
Cayman is less expensive than Gator.
Well.
Than Gator.
I feel like they look just as good.
I'll give me a pair of Gators one day.
Okay. How much would a good pair of Gator boots cost?
Shit. A good pair? I bet you're probably looking at $600 to $700.
Okay. But you'll be able to wear those for years.
Oh, yeah. Years.
If you got a pair of boots that you pay $700 for.
I'm not running 5Ks in them either. I'm not out doing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not hiking. These ain't hiking boots.
Not
These
rodeoing or whatever.
Yeah, I'm going in and out the car, into the store.
If you paid $700 for a pair of boots and they lasted 10 years, that's $70 a year.
Yeah. I pay money for a nice pair of boots.
Yeah.
That's why I'm a little snobby in boots. I pay money for a nice pair of boots.
I think the most I ever paid was like a couple hundred. But back when I was riding motorcycles all the time, I needed a boot that I could wear to work. I don't want to be changing my boots when I got to work. I worked in a restaurant.
So you need a quality boot.
So
I
had
to spend a little money on a
quality
nice boot.
And I needed a boot that had a non-slip sole on it, so I wasn't slipping around on restaurant floors. And I found who was it? Red Wing makes a good steel toe, full ankle leather boot.
$200 boot.
$250 somewhere in there.
Worth every
bit of and they had restaurant grip soles on them.
Yep. And if they're comfortable, don't let them be comfortable.
Yeah, you had to break them in good, but yeah. It lasts you for a long time.
When I was on my feet, 10, 12 hours a day, I paid $500 for a pair of boots that I won't come home at night and be in just excruciating pain just from being on my feet all day.
I used to put an insert in them. Just to give myself a little something extra on the concrete floors there. But then when I went to get on my motorcycle, I was, just go, put my jacket and gloves on.
Invest in your feet.
That's
I definitely
especially if you're on your feet.
If you own them, invest in your feet. Yeah, if you own them.
When I was young, I never understood the importance of good shoes,
man,
and now I do.
I pay money for a good pair of shoes, Shane.
Mr. Producer caught me off guard. He says it's time for the intro.
It's time for the intro. We get to it.
And he started giving me a countdown with his hands on the board, and I'm like, wait a minute, I don't know if I'm ready yet.
We ain't bullshitting. We get straight to it.
Getting straight to it.
We get straight to it. We can sit here down. We can record 30 minutes before we even introduce ourselves.
And now, from our hidden lair deep underground Huntsville, Alabama, brought to you by that 86 Kids Studio, my name is Shane the Brain, and here with my co-host, Q the Messenger, and our illustrious producer, Kenneth the Boss Man Richardson. This is Vendor Chronicles, Let's go. Welcome to hell.
Deep in the bowels.
The bowels. The bow wows.
That's pretty fun. Oh, I've got
bowels.
I could use a
Is
little.
bowels BOWEL?
BOWELS. Yes, sir.
Bowels.
Bowels. Deep in the bowels.
Yeah, I put the S on it, but yeah,
you know?
deep.
Yeah. I don't know if you can have
BOWELS.
one bowel. You can have one bowel movement,
Mm-hmm.
but you always say your bowels.
Yeah, my bowels.
Your
Is that
bowels,
apostrophe
yeah.
S though?
No,
You say your
no,
bowels.
It's like a plural.
Why
Yeah.
do you say your bowels? I guess
I
you
don't
got
know.
2 intestines.
I guess, yeah, maybe that's the only thing I can think of.
You're big and you're small. I think
You
you're
have large
small,
and
then
small.
you're big. Ain't that right? Ain't that how it works? Stomach to the small,
To the small, then the big.
then
Yep.
the big. Mm.
The small is what actually feeds you. That's what converts.
That's where your nutrients come out of.
Feed, Mr. Producer. Y'all missed the off-air hilarity that ensued
That
just
movie
before this.
and that what Kevin had me watch, man. That's
Dude,
where though you can't even put the shit in words, Shane. You
I
just
still
gotta be
haven't-
there. You gotta watch it.
I still haven't watched the
don't
substance.
words don't describe.
I looked it up one night and I
you
was
can't
about to
put the
watch
you
it.
can't put the shit in words.
You can't. No.
You can't.
A picture is worth 1,000 words.
Yeah, you can't put the shit in
And a
words.
movie has got to be worth like 1,000,000 words.
Moving pictures. Go see the moving pictures. Ain't that how they came up with movie?
Yeah, I think so.
The
I guess.
moving pictures.
Yeah. The moving pictures.
The moving pictures.
The talkie. Then they came out with the talkies
The talkies.
when they first started. You know, they were silent at first.
Oh yeah, silent films.
Yeah,
and
then
they
they came
just
out
like
with talkies.
subtitled you or whatever, and
Like Charlie
Charlie
Chaplin and all those
doing
guys. Yeah,
silly
yeah.
shit. Yeah,
Imagine being entertained by that nowadays.
I think
Please.
Charlie Chaplin was a genius.
I don't know much about him. I think I've heard that resonates, but I don't know why.
Mm,
Wow,
yeah,
it's almost Christmas, man.
it is almost.
The time has rapidly
It's been
slipped
another
by.
year.
It's
Shane.
been another year. We've talked about that a little bit.
Damn.
Are we going to wax
If I said it
nostalgic
once,
tonight?
I said 1,000 times.
Sing Auld
Shane.
Lang Syne.
Fucking time is moving. Time go by.
Time stops for no one.
It stops for no one. The days are long, the years are short.
The years are short.
We're a year older.
Wow.
50 plus more episodes in our bank account.
I don't know if they're in our bank account yet, but they need to be.
They sure do.
How was your week, man?
Motherfuckers might make us some money one day, Shay. We don't know.
Probably.
The sky's the limit.
I feel like it will. How was your week, man?
Oh, it was a decent week.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, decent week.
Anything
Not as
notable
good as yours, but it
I had
was
a
good.
pretty solid
Yeah,
week.
yeah.
But we didn't really get around to your week.
Yeah. Mine ain't nothing to talk about. You know, it don't.
It's always something to talk
It
about.
don't stand account to you. So I do got a funny story this week. So we playing this stupid game called the Imposter.
Okay.
It's me, my family, and one of my oldest son's friends.
Is this a video game?
It's like a little game on the phone. Like you pass the phone. So like say us three in this room, we wanted to play Imposter. It's basically like Guess Who.
Okay.
So like two of us are going to get a word. Let's say that word says cup.
Okay.
Two of us going to get a word that says cup, and then the imposter going to just say imposter. And you got to guess that word, or you got to fill it. So we might do 3 rounds of just describing what the word was. So I might say, let's say I might describe cup as like a cauldron or some shit. You know
Okay.
what I'm saying? And you might say a chalice.
So it has to be one word.
Yeah. We just describing the word that we got, and the imposter got to blend in with us. You know, he got to get hints off of what we're saying. You know, so
okay.
like I'll go first, then the imposter, then you, and then we might go around 3 times.
So what
and then at the end of the 3rd round or the 2nd round, however many rounds you want to play, you got to guess who the imposter is.
Oh, that's pretty fun. What if the imposter goes first? They just got to bullshit.
They got to bullshit. They got to be real general. They got to say some shit like Walmart or something. Like they sell cups at
But
Walmart. You know,
if they say something too stupid, everybody's gonna know.
everybody's gonna know. So so
therein
you
lies
playing the
strategy.
game. Yeah,
Okay.
there lies the strategy.
That's
So
pretty fun.
we playing this damn game, right? And fucking the word was opera house. So I read this shit as Oprah house. So I go like 3rd. So everybody say opera house. Some person might say big for opera house.
Okay.
I think my wife said like Italy, you know, where opera originated from.
Okay.
It gets to me, I say it's black owned. Because I thought the shit said Oprah House, right? So everybody looking at me like antennas starting to go up. This motherfucker's the imposter. What damn person, what black person you know doing opera? You know what I'm saying? So sure enough, they vote my ass imposter. And at the end of it, I'm like, it was Oprah's house. And they like, you stupid. It said Opera House. I said, I'm dyslexic. I'm sorry. So that's probably the funniest thing that happened to me this week, man.
That's hilarious.
Yeah, we laughed. That was probably the best laugh we had all week, Shane.
Oprah's house.
That shit said Opera House, Shane.
That sounded like a joke out of Friday.
That was a
That
true
really
story,
sounds like a
Shane.
joke out of Friday.
That's a true story. Oh, that motherfucker's the imposter.
Wow.
Black owned.
Black owned Opera House.
Yeah.
There's got to be one
Fuck.
somewhere.
I don't know.
Black people do opera, don't they?
I ain't never seen no black person doing opera.
How many times have you seen opera?
A few times, but I
You
ain't
been
never
to
seen.
an
I
opera?
definitely ain't seen a black person do. No, I want to go though. That's
I
a
got
bucket
you.
list
Okay.
item. I wouldn't mind doing an opera show.
I have no desire to see an opera.
Oh man,
Call me
I
a
would, I would
redneck,
like
man.
to.
I don't give a flying
Like to
rip
dress
about
up
that.
real nice and go to an opera.
I'll dress
you know,
up
get
real
a
nice,
nice
but we
bottle of
could-
wine.
We could do something better than an opera. Even a symphony. I'll go to a symphony. I
Okay.
would definitely go to a play.
I would put those in the same categories.
I don't want to go to an opera. And I don't think I'm going to a musical either.
Ooh, I want to see glass shatter.
Yeah, I don't care anything about that.
Mm.
Doesn't it? Yeah, I don't know.
Do we got an opera house
I'm
in Huntsville?
uncultured swine. I'm sure they do opera here somewhere.
Mm.
Somebody does. I'm uncultured though. I have no couth. I'm gauche.
What is American culture? If you had to put it into words,
What is
you say you're
American?
uncultured. I think we all uncultured in America. What is our culture? What is American culture?
Mm.
Well, how would you describe American culture talking to a foreigner? Like, what is, like, you know, let's say you go to the UK, they do tea, you know, milk in their tea. You know, that's part of their culture. Shit like that.
And we're much more coffee drinkers.
France,
than
they
tea.
got croissants and beignets and shit. You know, like, I don't know.
Oh, so
like,
what are we? So in other words,
I'm
what have
just
we?
throwing, like, anything could be culture. Like hip hop could be our culture. What
So-
do we have as culture in America?
I mean, rock and roll is distinctly American. We've exported
Okay.
that to the rest of the world.
Yep.
The movie industry, I would say that the movie and music
Mr. Producer
industry
man over there.
is our. I was trying to give him side eye, but he didn't give a damn. He's like,
The bombastic side
I'm
eye.
finna eat my chips, and I don't give a damn about the audio. I'm finna just let me crinkle this bag one extra time.
Yep. Roll the
I'm-
bag up.
Roll it back. Yeah. Let me roll it up. Good.
Roll back that beautiful bean footage. Those used to be some cool commercials.
Those were some cool
Fuck,
commercials.
we sidebar, Shane. I'm sorry. American
I forgot what
culture.
we were talking about.
American culture.
Yeah, I would say music and
but-
movies.
Music and movies.
So, okay. I mean, I know more about music than I do about movies, but the blues is what, as an art form, I think the blues changed music more than any other probably art form ever in history, as far as musically, more than any classical techniques. More than, because what the blues did was take a mix of a lot of different types of music and then blend them in with, I mean, I'm white as hell, but can I say soul? The blues came from the African slave culture. You know, let's be real about where it came from, and that's where it came from. And so when you take the influences that, you know, these are people that had been displaced from their homes, so you had roots from Africa, the continent of Africa, which is going to be heavy on rhythm and drum beats. And then you bring that over to the Southern South, and you start thinking about, you know, then the electric guitar is invented. You've already started adding new sounds to this cultural music that you've got, and then you add in the pain of slavery, and then you mix in a whole lot of homemade instruments and, you know, making music on whatever the fuck you had laying around that you could make music on, and it came out into this thing that called the blues, and the blues then spawned rock and roll. Rock and roll is the baby of the blues. There's no doubt about that. Read, you know, the Rolling Stones book, especially Keith Richards. He talks about how him and Mick Jagger would come to Chicago and sit in the blues clubs and learn how to make the music that they were making and get influences from the blues artists. and then take that back and turn it into what they turned it into. Elvis Presley. The majority of Elvis Presley songs were old folk blues songs.
Mm-hmm.
And if you hear the original versions of it, it was invariably a black dude somewhere making very simple music on very simple instruments, whatever they had to make it with. So
he was able to commercialize it.
He was able to commercialize it and package it in a way that was palatable to white people in the 50s.
Mm.
And it wasn't palatable to a lot of the white people, you know, but he also borrowed some of the dance moves. You know, no white dude was shaking his hips at that point in time, for sure. And it was a big deal the way Elvis performed on stage. They would film him from the waist up only because they considered it too lewd for, you know, regular television. And he got all that from the blues music scene. So, in my opinion, our greatest cultural contribution to the world is music, and specifically the blues. That took a long time. That was quite the soliloquy. I was waxing poetic. Thanks, man.
Soliloquy. Say that word again.
Soliloquy? Sorry.
A soliloquy. I was going to say dissertation, but goddamn, a soliloquy.
Dissertation. I gave a dissertation.
He gave a dissertation.
Daniel would say I'm pontificating.
Pontificating. But you gave a soliloquy.
No, but I don't think the influence of the
write that one down, Kevin.
On worldwide
that
culture
to go on the calendar. Soliloquy. Oh man. Yeah.
You know what it is? I was recently at an event that inspired me called Dickens of a Christmas.
Yep. Okay.
Selling toys.
Where was this at?
This was in Franklin, Tennessee. Shout out Franklin, Tennessee.
Shout out Franklin, Tennessee.
What a great place.
You got the shirt.
Got the shirt. I did get the shirt. Wearing it tonight, as a matter of fact.
Yep.
Paid extra money for the hoodie, too. I didn't just get the T-shirt.
Mm-hmm.
I got the shirt.
You got the hoodie. Yeah, you got the shirt. You got the
Mac
shirt.
Daddy of all the shirts they had. That's a word we need to bring back, the Mac Daddy. Remember Mac Daddy?
The Mac Daddy.
The Mac Daddy.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good word. So,
the Mac Daddy make you jump. Crisscross will make you jump.
Old school.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
I miss that old music. Back when it was just, you could just be happy.
We sidebarred.
We're sidebarring. That's right. No,
we ad-lib, and I don't want to say sidebar. We just got to ad-lib, you know. One thought bounces off another thought.
Exactly.
It brings up something else.
So
you think of something else. Yeah. It's conversation.
Just the way you would have it in your living room, except we're much more interested than the people you're talking to.
Yeah, conversation.
Franklin, Tennessee. What a fun place, man. The event was called A Dickens of a Christmas, and they try real hard to get you to get into the Dickinsonian theme and, you know, dress in some kind of period costume. And, you know, you had everything from just a guy with a top hat and tails to, you know, folks really decked out. There was a lot of steampunk influence. I don't really understand the steampunk.
What is steampunk?
You know, a lot of times a lot of times there'll be a top hat with goggles on the hat.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
Yeah.
Different kind of.
I got you.
This one guy was looking at his hat. He had goggles on the hat.
Like Mad Max type.
Yeah, almost
shit.
a Mad Max sort of, but
steampunk a little bit.
But maybe with a Victorian
flair.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know how to. We need to look that up and be more educated on that. But there was a good bit of that, and then there was a good bit of just old fashioned, you know, Dickinsonian-esque attire. Women in large dresses with hoops and obvious bustles, and, you know, men with top hats and fancy walking sticks and, you know, tails and the whole, you know, some of them went really, really out. It was a lot of fun. You know, they had groups of carolers coming through the street, and they would just stop randomly and sing, and they were very good. Hell of a cool event.
Sounds like it.
We were very successful financially too, which also makes it one hell of a cool event.
It makes it even better.
It does. But it was fun to be in a place where, you know, this is a small town just south of Nashville, and the whole town really comes out and tries to do something that's fun for everybody. You know, just a cool Christmas time. You know, let's all get out and Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry, Merry Christmas. Ding dong along, ding dong along. I'm walking through the streets of... Yeah, I don't know how it goes. Yeah. I don't know. You know. Merry, 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 Merry Christmas. Give a garment. Give a... Oh, sorry. That's a commercial. My bad. But, you know, it really was fun. And if you know, next year I'm going to dress in period costume. I am.
You're going to actually go in character.
Some kind of something. I'm going to figure out something. Yeah. Yeah. Maybe I'll just show up as the Grinch. Who knows?
That'd be cool.
I'd really like to be an elf. But I'm not fixing to do an
Well,
elf
you are
like
the
the
toy
movie.
maker.
Exactly. But I'm not fixing to wear like green tights and stuff, So I got to figure out a way to do an elf costume that.
Or go as Santa.
I'm a little skinny for Santa.
Man, shit, it works.
I mean, I might could pull it off. I'd rather be an elf.
Santa got healthy Santa.
Healthy Santa. There you go. Eat your vegetables.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it was a good time. I'll tell you a cool thing that happened.
Okay.
So I get up there and I get set up. I drove up Saturday morning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm by myself. So I get up there and I get all my stuff set up and I'm starting to sell a couple of things and I realize I've left all my bags at home.
Bags
for putting, when somebody's bought something, so I could put it in so they could carry it away.
Okay, gotcha,
like
gotcha.
a custom bag for the customer.
Okay,
right?
okay.
So I'm thinking maybe I've left them in my van. And I'm realizing this as I'm talking to this guy.
Are you just giving it to him in like plastic bags?
Right now, I'm just kind of, hey, I don't have a bag. I'm really sorry. Let me figure something out, and just handing it to him and letting him figure it out, which is embarrassing.
You could shirt it.
You could shirt it.
Yeah.
A lot of them got strollers,
Okay.
whatever. So, anyways, I'm talking to this guy. He's an older gentleman, and he's into model trains, electric trains or whatever, and we're talking or whatever, and I realize what's going on, and I mentioned to a customer, I think maybe they're in my van. I got to go get them. And the guy goes, well, I'll sit here at your booth if you want me to and tell folks where you're at, while you run to your van. And by this time, it's already getting busy. So I'm like, thanks, dude, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Go to the van. I got no bags. I come back. I'm dejected. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, right? Tell the guy thanks. He walks off. Like 30, maybe 45 minutes later, that dude comes back and he's got a trash bag.
The old man.
The same old guy. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He's not that old, but he's maybe 10 years older than me.
Mm-hmm.
He's got a trash bag, and in this bag are various assorted bags. Turns out he's gone down to different vendors and had said, hey, the toy guy down here has forgotten his bags. He doesn't have anything to give to customers. Can you give up a few of yours? And so I got 10 different kinds of bags and different sizes and colors and, just all various random, bags to give to my customers.
Wow.
That this random guy I've never met before, who not only offered to booth sit for me, but he went up and down and collected bags for me. And,
there's hope for humanity, Shane.
there really is hope for humanity. It's easy to tell the bad stories.
It is.
But those things happen,
Mm-hmm.
And, it was funny because my wife and I sat outside under the patio heater looking at the stars on a cold Saturday night after I got back from that very successful show talking about it. And I told her the same story. And I wouldn't say she got emotional, but, you could tell the story kind of hit her. And her comment was, I love this community that we're part of. I love
She's
this
speaking
community.
vendor community.
Just the type of people that we meet. This guy's not a vendor; he's just a customer.
But most of the time, the people that even come to these events are
the assholes are somewhere else.
Yeah,
usually
assholes usually don't typically
nope
venture to the events that we are a part of. They don't. They really don't. You rarely run into an asshole at these events. Yeah, it is a great community.
It's hard to be an asshole when the place is full of moms with strollers and dads. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you were inclined to, those dads will whoop your ass.
Get your ass whooped out of there.
One of them might not, but all 10 of us?
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Get his ass out of here.
Look, mom will take the kid out of the stroller, tell him to stand still and hit your ass with the stroller if you're not careful.
I know I talk a lot of shit, Shane. I say, like, if I see something going on, I'm going to do my best to mind my business. Right. But if I'm working a show and I see someone being rude or out of the way to a vendor or one of the market managers, anything like that, I'm saying something. Yeah. I'm stepping up.
Yeah.
Or at least I'm gonna walk up and make sure my presence is known.
Correct.
Like, okay, you're not fit to just do what you want to do to this person.
I may not need to say anything, but I got your back.
But I got your back. Right. Like, I got your back. You know. And I done had to do that a couple times actually. Like
remember, ladies and gentlemen.
Not a couple times, but at least once or twice in the 5 years we done it, I done had to just walk up and just show hey, I'm here.
Q the messenger is a fictional character.
I am.
The real life Q that I know
your ass.
Is more like just what you just said than the one who, just saying.
Right.
That's a window into the real world. And now back to Vendor Chronicles.
Back
in the character. Let's go.
Back in character.
Forget that soft, mushy shit.
Yeah.
You get your ass whooped, you get your ass whooped. It ain't none of my business.
We got your fake. Fake can go two ways. One or two ways.
And it does too depend on, okay, well, what did they do?
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever heard that Bill Burr story about his mother-in-law in the news story?
Mm-mm.
Bill Burr's his wife and him were watching TV or something. I'm not going to, it's his joke or whatever. He said they were watching TV and there was a story about a domestic violence incident. This dude beat the woman's ass, right?
Okay.
And they were like, this is sad and everything. And he said, but still, I wonder,
what did she do?
What was the last thing she said to him before he beat her ass, right? And he said his wife was all pissed off, like, fuck you, go to the other room or whatever. Like a week later, her mom, his mother-in-law, was visiting, and that same news story came on. And the mother-in-law said, I'm not supposed to say this, but I still have to ask. What about the last thing she said?
Right. What the last thing? Or did he just whoop her ass for no reason? He just handed out ass whoopings?
I'm not saying it's okay, but there was something.
It had to be.
There was something. Maybe he was drunk. Okay, then it probably was nothing. But, there's only so much you can...
Equal rights, equal left, Shay.
It's like the age of, and what women don't understand is they we talk about equality and all that kind of stuff, but in a man's world, in our world, the world that you ladies know very little about, in a man's world, there is a point that your behavior can cause you to catch an ass whooping.
Yep.
We all know that. We are three very civilized gentlemen here.
Definitely know that.
But there is a line. I mean, I don't know where it would be with us. I think it'd be pretty damn far, but it could be a point where Kevin's already rubbing his hands. He's like, come on, man. I've been doing pull-ups for my son.
Yeah.
But, we as men.
The possibility if you get your ass whooped is
it's always on the table.
Is always on the table.
It's not usually the first option or the second or the third, but don't fuck around and find out.
And the grace you gonna get or receive is gonna be a lot less than what a female would receive.
That is true.
Female to men, man
true.
might just give her the pass.
That right.
A guy to guy, he's like, okay,
and now it's on.
It's on.
Now you said what?
Yeah.
What?
I got self-respect and dignity. I can't let that slide.
Right. And so it's just a different way. It's just a different mentality. I don't know. How do we get talking about ass whooping?
I don't know, Shane. It just comes up.
This is not bad wine though.
I know. I had a guy come up to me Sunday when it was like 23 degrees outside. He just had a hoodie on, been out, look like a homeless guy or a bum or whatever. But he was like, man, you got anything you can give me? I need something to eat. I don't got nowhere to go. I've been shot. I got a bag in my stomach, and pulls up his hoodie. Sure enough, got a colostomy bag. A bag, hanging out his stomach, like about right here. He was like, some guy just hit me upside the head. Big old dude too, probably about your height, but twice his size. Big old guy, big old black dude. And I threw him a couple bucks, and I didn't even make a lot of money that day downtown because it was just so damn cold.
Right.
But I still just threw him a couple bucks, gave him a bag of popcorn, and but basically I told him, I said, man, you got to make better choices.
Right.
You seem like all the choices you done made in life done led you to this point. I'm for to sit here and preach to him. You know what I'm saying? Right. But I was like, dude, you done been shot. You pooping in a bag. You just got hit upside the head with a brick, and now it's 23 degrees and you don't got nowhere to go. And my wife's sitting there looking, and I'm like, I don't know. And then after I done that, I was like, I can't do nothing else for you. But
it's interesting you bring that up. You and I have talked a lot, both privately and on the podcast, about helping people out. I gave Dan the man $20 tonight.
And that's what I gave the guy downtown. I threw him a 20. And that was being very generous.
Very, very generous.
And I ain't make no money that night, really.
Yeah.
Gave him a 20.
And we both, that's something I think we both hold dear. But there's also the other side of it, and I think you're kind of touching on it.
Your choices led you to where you at right now.
What's that old saying? Give a man a fish, you'll feed him for a day. Teach him how to fish,
he'll
feed him for his life.
Yeah, feed himself for his life. Yeah,
and I think sometimes by giving money to the bums, we're giving a man a fish. Now, it's not a two-sided coin because maybe he needs that fish just to get through the day. Maybe he's not at the point yet where he can learn how to fish for himself. The best he can do is accept the fish you gave him. So I'm not saying, don't give the fish. But if you have an opportunity to
help some, a lot of times when you help someone, you help yourself too.
That's true,
whether it just make me feel better or whatever, right. I feel like at least I did the right thing in that moment, so
it reminds you to be humble.
I don't feel guilty about it. Yeah. But I still had to put it out there like, look, dude, you done made some bad choices.
Yeah. Yeah. How do you not, how does next time I see you,
right?
This be a different interaction?
This ain't even a Band-Aid. You get what I'm saying? Like, I don't know what, you got to fix something in yourself. But this is all I can do for you, since you even had the guts to ask. Because I don't know how much pride it would take for me to go up to someone begging.
That would take a lot.
It would take a lot for
That would
me.
take a lot.
But I never been that low in my life either. You know, even if I was that low, like, damn.
I've been pretty low.
But to have to go up and beg people for money.
Different people have different mentalities too.
Yeah.
I think, that comes easier for some folks than it does for others. And
That'd be a lot harder. That'd be a lot harder for me to just going out and trying to get a job. Like, man, you got a ditch I can dig.
Right.
But
I do think a lot of the times it ends up being a situation where addiction of some kind is involved.
Could be the case, Shay.
Whether it's alcohol or whatever. I remember when I first started playing disc golf years ago, there's a famous disc golf course here in Huntsville called Bronze Springs, one of the earliest disc golf courses ever installed. And there used to be a homeless shelter or like a halfway house right behind it. And in this disc golf course, you would see these bums passed out on the ground with a baggie and a spray paint can. And what they would do is spray the spray paint into the baggie and then huff it. They would put it on their mouth and huff it. And so you would see, for whatever reason, gold paint was the thing. I don't know why gold paint maybe huffs better. I've never done this.
Gold paint.
Yeah, but they would spray it into the baggie. I guess you turn the can upside down so that the paint doesn't come out so much. You just get the whatever that propellant is. That's what gets you high, I guess. I've never done it, but you spray it into the bag and then you inhale. What was that from Friday where they passed that? But anyways, you'd see them passed out against like a tree trunk.
High as hell. On paint, whatever.
Yeah, yeah. And you just wonder, like, what if that bag got stuck on their face when they passed out?
Oh, the motherfucker gonna die.
Never saw one that I knew was dead, but I saw some that didn't move when I walked past. Never heard of one that was dead, but I don't know. I don't know how you get to the point where your daily basic needs are less important than your... that's a level of addiction that I've never...
How you get that low?
Yeah. To where you're, like there's a lot of levels of addiction, but to the point where your daily basic needs are less important than your addiction. That's a mindset.
Yeah, I don't understand either. I've never been there though. I don't understand it.
Did you hear that President Trump signed a declaration saying that fentanyl is a weapon of mass destruction?
Yep.
Yeah, you saw that?
Weapon of mass destruction.
How do you feel about that?
Is he going to be going after the CIA? Who's bringing in the fentanyl? Who's making? What dude can cook up fentanyl?
I don't know where it comes from.
All right.
I've always heard China.
Where have all drugs came from?
I mean, I heard fentanyl comes from China. I've heard. I think a lot of the pills.
The CIA put a lot of drugs on the street?
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
The government knows exactly where they come from.
I mean, I don't know how often that happens. Obviously, we know about the Iran-Contra affair, and that's the biggest one, where they had freeway.
Is he going to target? He go target the United States government.
And
your average person is not making fentanyl.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Shit, Shane.
Not like meth.
It's a shit show. It's so fucked up. So now I don't know. I don't know if it's just gonna open the gates for him to just target anywhere, any place where they think the fentanyl could presumably be coming from. Well,
they're blowing up those boats coming out of Venezuela.
They done killed 87 fishermen out there on the damn.
Are they fishermen? I don't know.
That's what they fishermen. They little bitty boats. A
couple of them, dude. I don't know.
They seized the tanker from them.
Seized the tanker. Yeah.
Then they asked her, "What we gonna do with this seized tanker?" Oh, I guess we just gonna keep it. So we pirates now. We just take it, motherfucking tanker shit from people.
Yeah, that whole thing. Yeah. And what's Venezuela gonna do? And
what can they do? They go get their ass whooped. They do anything.
Yeah, they're not good enough friends with anybody to make a difference, so we can kind of do whatever we want to do.
We can just do what we want to do.
Which just seems like what we're doing.
And they do have a lot of natural resources that we want. That's what I told my wife a month ago when it first kicked. I was like, the only reason we picking on Venezuela is because of their natural resources.
Because of their natural resources,
plain and simple.
Same reason why we created the country of Panama. Don't act like we didn't create that country. We most certainly we completely out of whole cloth created a revolution and installed a regime.
Yep.
That would be friendly to us with So, but I've been thinking about something lately, and I think this thing with Trump kind of kicked it off, and that's labeling. Because, now fentanyl is a weapon of mass destruction.
It says it's a weapon of mass destruction.
What can you do to somebody that's caught with a weapon of mass destruction? You can kill them.
Terrorists.
Sure, you can execute them. You can do whatever you want to do.
Whatever you want.
Take them down to Guantanamo Bay and shove a broomstick up their ass or whatever. We do that with a lot. I mean,
would they even go that far on like the addict level? Like, I'm not moving the drugs. I'm a user.
Okay, but now here's where to me gets slippery.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say you're a user. You're just a junkie.
I'm just
right?
a fucking junkie. I just want the hit.
But they want you for some reason. Whatever reason that is. All they got to do is either catch you with some fentanyl or put a little bit on you. Let's say you're not a junkie.
That's all they got to do.
Let's say you're an international businessman, and for whatever reason, or maybe let's say you're an international revolutionary, and you're saying things the government doesn't like.
Like free healthcare for all.
Something.
And Trump's an asshole.
Let's say, okay, free healthcare for all, and Trump's an asshole.
Now I'm a socialist and I'm anti-American.
Now you're what's the
I'm anti-American and I'm socialist.
what's the mayor of New York?
Communist.
Mondami.
Yeah.
Okay, so we don't like Mondami, and he's the mayor of New York, and we want to take his ass down. We caught him with a gram of fentanyl.
That's all
That's
it
a
takes.
weapon of mass destruction. And now you're going, you know what I'm saying? It's dangerous to me when you start saying, you start categorizing things. And then if you really want to take somebody, all you got to do is figure out a way to put them into that category. And now instead of whatever you got an international, terrorist dealing in weapons of mass destruction. That's a slippery slope, I think.
Ooh.
And I'm a little more and more, I don't know, I'm of two minds to it. But it bothers me from a standpoint of liberty when you start labeling things like that.
Or you just start labeling people terrorists. Like they got the green light to just kill terrorists. That's what they saying. These people in Venezuela, they label them terrorists.
Label them as terrorists. And
so
we
just
can
because we label them terrorists, that means we can just blow their ass out the water.
How many other things in society do we do that with?
So what happened when they started labeling just Americans? Simple Americans that may be speaking up against some of the bullshit we see.
Sure.
Oh, he's a terrorist.
But over
he's
the years,
anti-American. Give you the right to drop a damn drone bomb on my head.
Yeah.
But he was a terrorist.
But we've done that for years in this country, and it's just now to the point where communication is where we can see that that's happening.
Yeah, you can't hide it no more.
Jimi Hendrix
can't hide it.
Was investigated by the FBI as a counterculture. Back then they called everybody a communist. That was the label that they put. Oh, this person's a communist. Jimi Hendrix was on that list. There was a bunch of people that you said something that the government didn't like, especially Hoover back then, and so now we put a label on you, and then that, to your point, that gives you carte blanche to do whatever you want.
You said free healthcare, huh? Free healthcare for all?
You had fentanyl?
You got fentanyl?
Yep.
What? You spoke up against Trump?
Oh, baby, it's a wild world.
Hey, wait till all currency go digital and AI takes over. And wait till they don't need no one, and AI can run shit, and everything's digital.
Yep,
currency's digital. They gonna control everything.
Back in the restaurant business, we had
this shit's gonna get wild, Shane.
It's gonna get wild.
Like our kids, our kids won't even know what paper money is. Physical.
That's probably
paper
true.
money.
Yeah.
They won't know what physical money is.
When I was in the restaurant business running fast food places, there was a concept called management by exception.
This shit's gonna get crazy.
And what that meant was you looked at the reports and you were looking for an anomaly. And if you didn't find an anomaly in the reports, then you figured everything was good. Okay, so you look at maybe sales numbers and drive-through times and transaction counts. And based on that, you can extrapolate, okay, it looks like they were, things were running pretty good, so they must have been following procedures, or things weren't running very good. And now we got to step in. That's what AI is going to do on a social scale, on a global scale. It's going to manage by exception. Oh, you stepped outside of a line. Now you're labeled as a terrorist. Oh, you got to, and then all it takes is what happens when marijuana is a terrorist.
No,
a weapon of mass
marijuana's
destruction.
going to become the new alcohol, I think.
I think so too. But what if it's antidepressants or whatever it is? All the government has to do, if you get the wrong type of people in there, is to label something that people want to do as a weapon of mass destruction or some other label, and now you can do with those people as you please. They no longer have their rights because they're quote unquote criminals. Which is, of course, what we're doing with immigrants. What you gonna do when they come for you, bad boys, bad boys? What you gonna do? What you gonna do when they come for you?
Hey,
what happens when it's England? They're arresting people like crazy for social media posts over there.
Oh yeah, for just your opinion.
20 or 30,000 last year.
I don't think they got free speech like we do here in America.
No, it's not it's not
I don't think
codified
they got
like it is
yeah,
here.
it ain't,
Yeah,
I don't think they got it ain't a
But how long before,
constitutional right, free speech for them.
we've
I don't think.
we've also labeled something called terrorist speech.
Why free speech could be terrorist speech.
And we saw back during COVID when just saying that, or just asking the question whether or not this was a lab leak could get you silenced, removed from social media platforms, demonetized. You could have your life, your living taken away from you, your ability to feed your family and pay for your, expenses taken away from you because you have an opinion or because you dared to ask an unpopular question.
I dared to ask the unpopular question.
Yep. That's crazy, dude. And yet we just did that right here. We talk about England. We didn't arrest people for saying that. I don't think so, but we certainly made their life live in hell. And that goes back to a digital economy when.
Right. But when people getting in trouble, like even during COVID, like say you went out and they had these lockdowns or whatever, if you went out, then they arrest you.
Sometimes, yeah. Out in California,
they
ran a program where they had a hotline. Call in and tell us if you see
you
people.
can call in on people.
Or your neighbor's having a party.
Oh, they having a party. Call in. They'll come.
Yeah.
I thought we was in the land of the free, home of the brave. What happened to that?
That's some scary stuff right there.
Now, if I want to participate in a party and potentially get COVID, that should be my responsibility.
That's on you.
That should be on me.
If you don't like it, don't go to the party.
Don't go to the party. No.
Of course, how far does that extend? Does that extend to a Diddy party? Ain't no party like a Diddy party.
I don't think Diddy did that wrong.
I don't know if he did or not either. I don't know. But I've not looked in.
He's locked up for it, though. From what I see, it was all consensual. I think they got him on because he was having sex parties across state lines, like traffic. They got him with like trafficking. Like even if the girls was willing he still took prostitutes or whatever from this state to that state.
Right.
So now they can label it he's trafficking women.
That New York mayor coming back to Mondami.
So,
that's one of his platforms.
Man.
He wants prostitution to be legal.
Why not? If a woman want to.
Yeah, sure. I agree with that.
She got a gold mine.
Yeah, if that's what she
wants
to do.
Sell her gold mine, mine her mine, let her mine her mine.
That's on her.
Let her mine her mine.
At least
that's on her and whoever want to buy it. Whoever want to prospect her. Let me prospect that
Somebody's
mine.
Gonna be digging a tunnel.
Yeah, somebody there. Let me digging that tunnel. Shoot. We'll know.
Oh wow.
Well, no,
but I mean, freedom. If you're free, what are you free to do?
Yeah, if we free. What am I free to do?
And that comes back full circle to fentanyl. If this is a free country, if you
want to smoke fentanyl, I look at it as the old Darwin theory,
the Darwin effect. Yep,
the Darwin effect.
Yep. We got to let some people take themselves out of the gene pool.
Take them out the
That's
gene
a fact.
pool.
We got to let some people take themselves out of the gene pool. That's a hard.
We get rid of that addicted habit if you keep letting them off themselves.
I read a book one time, and the premise of the book was that this guy was a super rich billionaire, whatever. He was, morally opposed to drugs, and he decided what he was going to do was poison the nation's drug supply. One hit of, I think he went after cocaine, but like one hit would kill you. He somehow got into the distribution system. But what he did was he put out advertisements in all the major newspapers nationwide. He went out of his way to advertise, as of a certain date, if you do these drugs, you will die. And of course, a lot of people didn't listen or whatever, and they died. And that was the whole premise of the book, But like, how bad is your addiction where you do something you know that you very well may die? You do it anyway. Some motherfuckers overdose, they Narcan, they come back, they still want some more. Yep. Like, you just died. Ooh, give me some more. But I've never done heroin.
Or the ones that they see this person just OD on it, they want to go get what they got.
Oh, that was good stuff right there.
That's good stuff.
I'll just take a little bit smaller dose or whatever. He didn't know what he was doing.
Wow.
Yep. But I've never done heroin or any opiates. They say they say there ain't nothing like heroin. That's what I've always heard. I've always heard ain't nothing like heroin. Like it's the best thing ever till it's not.
I never done it, so it has to be though.
It must be.
It must be.
Yep.
That's why your best bet just never even.
Yeah. Why would you even?
Don't even entertain it. Don't try it. Don't even be nowhere around it.
Yeah. When you look at whatever you're doing It doesn't even have to be drugs. Let's say, what is that where they put on those wings and they fly? You know what I'm talking about? Wingsuit guys.
Man.
You know what I'm talking about?
Oh,
Like
base jumping, wing. The
base jumping is a little bit safer.
Base
But those
jumping, the one they
wingsuits,
throw the parachute as soon as they jump off the building. The wing.
those wingsuits where they're flying,
I think the death rate is pretty high.
really high. Yeah,
And
like
people that participate in that sport.
you got to be thinking about whether or not that's what you really want to do. You know, and but should people allowed to do wingsuit flying?
Hey,
Sure, yeah, if you want to.
I watched the show.
Know the risks, but if you, it is what it is. Freedom. Freedom means free to make decisions that are both unpopular and possibly detrimental, right? As long as it's not hurting somebody else.
As long as you're not hurting, you're not creating a victim. That's how I look at it. If I'm not creating a victim, let me do what I want to do.
Let me do what I want to do.
If I'm not creating a victim.
Which I think is the argument.
And victim can be, I'm not, victim. As long as I'm not interfering or hurting anyone else.
Correct.
Yeah.
Let me do what I want to do.
Let me do what I want to do.
And if that's self-destructive, then so be it.
Yep.
I have that right.
I should.
I think so. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Shay. Golly. We went off a little tangent there.
Oh, wow. What a world.
Home of the free.
Land of the slave.
Home of the free, land of the slave. It's supposed to be home of the free, land of the brave. But
how free are we?
How free are you?
That comes
you're not as free as you think you are.
You're not. But it also comes back to the age-old question of how much freedom are you willing to give up for security? Because
less freedom you give, the less freedom you have,
the more security.
The more security.
Correct.
The more free you are, the less security.
And so there's a balance somewhere.
It is a balance somewhere.
We don't want it to be the Wild West.
Mm-hmm.
But we also don't want to be told we can't build a shed on our own property.
Right. I can't. Don't I own this property?
Yeah.
Do I really own the property if I can't build a shed without you having to have inspectors or getting my plans approved?
Oh, but Q, if you build a substandard structure on your property, that structure may fail and somehow affect the people around you.
That's how they look at it.
But Q, I understand it's in the middle of 5 acres and there's no way that it could possibly hit the structures around you. But just think about the eyesore and the loss of property value that your neighbors are going to suffer. That's real value, Q. That's real harm that you brought to them by building that raggedy ass shed that you put back there. And so, for the greater good, Q, we're going to need to come and inspect that shed.
I think I'll go kill Dozer, Shay.
You know what I'm saying?
If I had the land and they tried to basically throttle me from doing what I want to do on my land that I paid my hard-earned money for, I see why people will snap.
Sure.
And go kill Dozer.
Sure.
I wonder what happened if you just didn't participate. You think they'll come lock you up? You think they'll try to get the sheriffs and all that involved to come run you off your land?
I mean, maybe. I think if you, like in a place, I'm fortunate because I live in the county.
I live in the county too.
Yeah, I can do anything.
I get to do shit.
Yeah, I can do whatever I want to do. There's no HOA or whatever, which also means my neighbors can too. But, I run a business out of my house and, whatever. But I think that, like, if you build a structure that is not approved, I think they can come in and knock it down. And then bill you for the
really
excavation.
Might have a problem.
Yeah.
Now, what happened if I shoot this motherfucker who coming on my property, try to knock down my home?
I'm with you. That's some messed up stuff.
How free are we? You still pay property taxes on the property you own?
Somebody told me recently that in the state of Alabama, if you're 65 or older, you don't have to pay property taxes.
Okay, I can respect that. But you shouldn't have to pay property taxes, period.
You shouldn't, but that does change. To me, that changes the equation.
Yeah, it does.
You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, you're not going to be 65 and can't work anymore and going to lose your house.
They lose your house, yeah.
But it seems like we could find a better way to raise that revenue. Or do we even need that revenue?
I could tell you where it's at.
I like the roads, though.
Some places.
I like the fact that they're widening 565. It'll be nice when they get that done.
They are.
Hey, you want to talk about poetry for a second?
Come on, Shane.
I've had something on my mind for a while.
You Robert Frost?
No, let's go with. I think this one. I can't remember if it's Poe. I can't remember.
Edgar Allan Poe.
It doesn't sound like a Poe
What's
poem.
the difference between a raven and a crow?
A raven and a crow. Some would say none, but I think there is a difference. But
It is a difference between a raven. One is bigger than the other. I know that one is significantly bigger than the
This
other.
poem is called El Dorado.
El Dorado.
Yeah. See what it comes up. But it's a poem that I memorized when I was in high school, and the reason I memorized it was because
You gonna quote it verbatim?
yeah, I got it.
Okay.
Yeah, I memorized it back then because we had to memorize a poem and it had to be a certain length. And me being the smartass that I am, I found one that was exactly the same amount of words, and so I memorized it. And I never really understood what it meant. And as I got older, it's kind of coming back to me. But here it goes.
So now you got an understanding of it. Now
I got a different understanding. Whether it's full or correct, who knows? I don't know if I fully grok the meaning yet.
It's your interpretation.
But I got a different interpretation. All right, so here's the poem. You ready?
I'm ready.
Gaily bedight, a gallant knight, in sunshine and in shadow, had journeyed long, singing a song in search of El Dorado. But he grew old, this knight so bold, and o'er his heart a shadow fell as he found no spot of ground that looked like El Dorado. And as his strength failed him at length, he met a pilgrim shadow. Shadow, said he, where can it be, this land called El Dorado? Over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow, ride, boldly ride, the shade replied, if you seek for El Dorado. Thank you, sir. So El Dorado is the mythical fountain of youth.
Was the shadow him? Was it his shadow chasing him as he rode over the mountain?
Maybe his shadow, maybe ghost instead of shadow. Maybe it was his own shadow. Maybe it was the...
Oh, damn. That just happened.
We lost video.
We did. I think the thing died.
But I thought about that a lot. And as a younger person, I thought that meant if you're looking for El Dorado, you got to look long and hard. It's not going to be easy to find, but it'll be worth it in the end. So struggle and work hard and find the result that you're looking for, right? To me, it was a motivational thing. As I get older.
As you was younger.
As a younger man interpreted it that way.
Okay.
As I get older, and especially as I talk to people that are a generation older than me who are still active and moving around, we've talked about it. The one piece of advice I always get is keep moving. Don't never stop. Whatever, however it's phrased, it's the journey, not the destination. How do you continue to be active and vibrant? You keep on working, you keep on hustling, you keep on striving, you keep on looking for what the next goal is. And in the poem, he says, ride, boldly ride, the shade. What is over the mountains of the moon, down the valley of the shadow, ride, boldly ride, the shade replied, if you seek for El Dorado. In other words, if you want to stay young, if you want to stay youthful, keep on riding, keep on searching, keep on seeking, learn something new, open your mind to something different, experience something that you haven't experienced before. And that process in itself, it's not the destination. It's the getting there. It's the continuous struggle that keeps you vital. I don't know. I wonder what I'll think 20 years from now. It's been on my mind a lot lately. I don't know why I brought it up necessarily tonight, but there you go.
The poem and the meaning of the poem just been on your mind? Or
keep going. The whole thing, yeah. And my changing perception.
Okay.
It's only been probably within the last 6 months or so I've really considered that in a way that made me think about it from this perspective. That it's not about finding the fountain of youth. It's the search for it. That's what keeps you young.
The Lazarus pit.
The Lazarus pit.
Fountain of youth.
That's right.
Man.
I think it's good advice. Keep on moving. Keep on hustling. Keep on working. Yeah. That's what, when you're complacent, Ray Kroc used to say you're either green and growing or you're dying. And I think, that's a succinct way of putting it.
Who's Ray Kroc?
Founder of McDonald's.
Yes.
Founder of McDonald's as we know it.
As we know it, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
He took the McDonald's brothers' idea and, franchised it.
Either you're green and growing.
Or you're dying.
He
was in his late 50s when he started McDonald's company.
Wow.
Interesting.
It is.
I'm 54, so I guess I better get going with my McDonald's.
Right? You better get going. We all better get going. But that very apropos. We all better get going. I try to do whatever that comes to mind, or whatever I set my mind to, or whatever I feel. If I don't like this job, fuck that job.
Right.
I was looking for one before I found this one.
Right.
I'll find me another one. But and when you asked me a while ago, you was like, "Q, you got any regrets?" I was like, "No, I don't think so." But I think I finally came up with one.
All right.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna share?
Huh?
You're not gonna share?
You not going?
You said you finally came up with one.
Yeah. Not listening to my wife
Mm.
in certain things. That's all. My wife has good ideas. She's a great woman, man. Especially to stick around with me, put up with my bullshit, you know. And the older I get, I think how can I word it?
I like that, Mr. Producer. That's perfect.
Only regret not listening to the wife, Shay. But in certain things,
Sure.
you know, and I don't make it easy on her a lot of times. You know, I'm probably hard to deal with day to day, especially when I was younger. Now I done got a little bit older, a little bit wiser, a little bit more methodical about how I move. You know, so I might still be up to my same old bullshit, but I'm just wiser and doing my bullshit, and it don't affect her.
Okay.
Back in the day, I had no finesse with my bullshit. Let's put it that way. You know, it was out in the open.
I had no finesse for my bullshit.
I had no finesse for my bullshit, Shane. Now, my bullshit has matured and I can finesse it. You know? Shane's waving at the Mr. Producer.
Mr. Producer, you got a piece of paper?
Uh-oh. You gonna write that one down, Shane?
My bullshit has matured.
My bullshit has matured, Shane.
If you're listening to this episode and you saw that as the title, well, now you know.
And when I say my bullshit has matured, I don't give her as much bullshit as I used to. We speaking wife now. I'm still full of shit. That's why my eyes are brown. Uh-oh. But yeah, so I listen to my wife now. I guess that's the moral of that story, Shane. Listen to your wife.
Did you want to give a specific example?
Especially if, I mean, you just got to know who you're dealing with. I know my wife's always has my best interest at heart. She never has a selfish agenda when it comes to whatever advice or information she's trying to give me. No real specific example.
Sure.
But I just know she always has my best interest.
I think it's a hard thing for men especially to accept that fully.
Yeah.
You know, that somebody else really has, that you really can trust somebody.
Yeah, she always has my best interest.
100%. Even if what that person does is different than what you might have chosen, you know, at the time, you know, good intent goes a long way.
It does.
It really goes a long way.
And I know that.
Shout out Cynthia
Shout
Dard.
out Cynthia Dard, man. Shout her out. For real. She's a good wife. Amazing wife.
And she gave you 5 beautiful children.
4.
4. That's right. 4. Why do I always think you have 5?
I don't know why you think you try to
I've
put
said that
another baby
before.
on me, Shane. Don't put that on me. Don't put that juju on me, yo. Hey, 4.
See you next year.
I see you next year. That's what that nurse told me.
See you next year.
I'll see you next year, Shane.
Mr. Producer's giving us the high sign.
I saw that.
He says, get off our
He said either shit or get off the toilet. When they say either shit or get off the toilet. Oh man.
Man, we've been all over the place tonight.
I think so. I think we hit a couple tough, I don't want to say tough topics, but we talked about some important shit.
Sure.
You know, some real world stuff.
Right.
You know, that could have a effect on a lot of people and families. So I think it's been a real good episode. Yeah.
Well,
you know,
since you said good episode,
I'm not as polished as you, Shay. So close us out, Shay.
I don't know if I would say that.
Up. You know,
you got some.
I got a lot to say, but it's not polished like yours. You know,
you dropped some wisdom.
You bring the polish to this whole thing. I'm talking about bullshit and maturity.
You know, they say
you might say some word like, what was that damn word? I said, write it down, Mr. Producer. I can't even remember the damn word. When I would have said, soliloquy. You know, I'm talking bullshit. Shay's speaking soliloquy.
I read a book last night.
Soliloquy. Mr. Producer Man said he tried to write it down, but he couldn't spell it. Soliloquy.
That was an old Jerry Clower joke about an old country church. They got together to vote about whether or not they were going to put a chandelier in the church, and the one guy stood up and he says, I'm going to tell you one thing right now. I don't know why we need no fancy chandelier in this house, in this church, blah, blah, blah. And anyways, couldn't nobody even spell it and order it from the Sears catalog. And besides, we really need some lights in this building.
Yeah, we really need some lights.
He gave a soliloquy. A chandelier soliloquy.
A chandelier soliloquy.
Oh, that'd be a good one, too.
Yep.
You got something? You want me to spit something?
How about we both spit something? Is this our last episode for the year?
This may be our last recorded episode this year.
Episode for the year.
It may not be the last one y'all hear, but this may be, or maybe the last one you hear for this year, yeah.
Yeah.
Or will it?
This one might be the last one.
Yeah, there you go.
At least start of the year. Maybe we need to have one specifically for starting the year.
Maybe so. But I'll give a little something, and then you give a little something.
Okay.
I got a 30-second. It's nothing profound really, but I did just do my last big craft festival of the year. I got another little small event here in town, a little one day, no big deal, but the pressure's off for the year. Mm-hmm. I got next year already to start getting ready for, but the pressure is off. And I mentioned on this podcast before about this is the first time in my adult life I've ever been off around the holidays. Mm-hmm. And I don't have, other than that one thing and a little bit of work in my shop, I've got zero commitments or plans through Christmas and New Year's. I can do whatever I want to do,
right? Whenever
I want to do, whatever. And I've spent the last 3 days playing with my daughter, spending time with my wife. Mm-hmm. We watched a movie last night, sitting side by side, and our daughter fell asleep on the couch next to us while the Christmas tree lights were blinking in the background, and the dog curled up on the end of the couch, and it was very Norman Rockwell. Mm-hmm. And I remember in that moment, first of all, just being grateful to have that moment. And second of all, realizing that for all these years, 30 plus years, I've pushed and pushed and pushed and worked as hard as I could through whatever, whether it's holidays, whether it's, special events, birthdays or whatever. My life revolved around making a living, putting a few extra dollars in the bank account. And I remember thinking last night, sitting there watching Home Alone, and I'd trade all of that for just one more of those memories. If I could rewind the clock to 20 years ago when my oldest two kids were that age and do that one more time, I'd give up all those hours and overtime and all the money that I made during that time. Mm-hmm. So during this holiday season, and I'm not one to wax poetic about the Christmas season, but during this holiday season, it ain't about Christmas. There's 3 presents under our tree. There will be a couple of more, but not very many. Mm-hmm. Who cares? That night you spend on the couch, you could have gotten another couple hours in at work. You could have done, whatever, clean the kitchen. The kitchen was dirty, by the way. We let it go and cleaned it this morning because it wasn't that important. And if I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. So use a Qism.
A Qism. Ooh.
Pay attention to the moment and remember what's going to be important when you look back on it and remember it. Mm. That's all I got. It's Christmas time in Hollis, Queens. Mom's cooking turkey and collard greens.
Hey.
Eat your mama's collard greens.
For real. That was good, though, Shay.
Make a turkey. Whatever it is. Spend that time.
Oh, man. I think that's a good way to close out the year. Right there. Enjoy your family.
Enjoy your family.
Those are memories. That's what's going to matter. Those memories.
The people that you care about and that care about you. If no other time. I've always said Christmas was cheesy because you wait till the end of the year, now we're going to save this up and you're just going to, buy some bullshit present or whatever. But it doesn't have to be about that. It can be about one specific time that you set this time aside to prioritize what's most important to you.
What's most important.
If not around the holidays, sometime it should be. There should be a time when you celebrate your life, the people that you love, and the things that you most care about. And if that's your job, then
where are your priorities?
Where are your priorities?
Realistically, where are your priorities? Because I think I was talking to my son the other day, and I was like, man, we can always make more money. Always.
This time, you can always spend more.
This time right now, we'll never get this back.
Nope.
Never. But you said it. You said it very well, Shane.
Well,
yeah, I don't got nothing else to add to that. That was good, man. I think that's a good way to end the year.
With that said, this has been Vendor Chronicles.
Peace.
Merry Christmas to
Merry
you.
Christmas, Shay.
Merry Christmas to you.
you.
Merry Christmas, dear listeners. Merry Christmas to you.
Hey. Good show, Shay.
Perfect.